Okay, Nathaniel. So right now I am sending to your WhatsApp the last class that we were practicing about embedded questions, right?
Yeah.
So sorry, I forgot, but right now I'm sending that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, please. And we're gonna see together that part in order you can understand better this, in order to finish this. And I wanted to ask you, what about the practices? Everything that,
I did them. All of the unit 1, I finished them off.
okay, unit one, it's okay. And what about from the last practices from the unit number 3? Did you do from present perfect continuous
Well,
about
I
that?
didn't check those. I'm sorry. I only did like the quizzes that I only had one try. I only did those.
Okay, that's okay, no problem. But okay, today we're gonna practice a little of that. I want to check what about this. Okay, so with present perfect and with embedded questions, we're gonna do the practice together.
Okay.
Okay, and after, if we have time, we're gonna see the other grammar.
Okay.
Okay, so did you receive
Yeah,
the
I
PDF?
got it.
Very good. So I don't know, you in that part you have in the first page, you have the embedded questions. Number one, last I was telling you this is for making a cordial phrase.
Yeah.
You join, right? So in that part you have the most common phrases that you can use. For example, I don't know, I've forgotten, I don't, or I can't remember, I'm not sure, I have no idea. Or maybe this other one that is, I don't know, I've forgotten, the same, right? But this you can use more with just no questions in the part B,
Okay.
right? So also you can see in the examples, right? In the second page, also it shows embedded questions can also be found within main question. A, embedded WH questions, you also can use these phrases. Do you know? Can you tell me? Do you have an idea? Do you by chance know? Right? So also in part B, embedded yes, no questions with that part. Do you know? Can you tell me? Do you have an idea? So with these phrases, they are the most common, right? And you know, with just no questions, you're gonna use if or whether.
Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be a help, a little help for you, this document, okay? But now, Nathaniel, let's check the practices, okay? So can you share your screen with me,
Yep.
please?
Oh, sure.
We're gonna do that.
Can you give me permission to share it?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I need to open real quick this platform. Okay.
Okay, your book, yes.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go to the part of assignments.
Yeah. Oh, there's two new. Like, okay. Do you want me to start any of this?
Okay, yes.
Okay, do you want me to open it?
Yes, first you have to finish this.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
saw this too.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. If not, I can finish them after the class if you want me to. Okay, I didn't saw this Saturday. Uh,
Okay, yes, that's okay after the class, but the problem is that we cannot pass to the next practices that are from unit number 3, right? Present perfect continuous and inverted questions.
well,
Yes, that's a problem because that's why.
well, I can do it now, like quickly, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay. A
Yeah.
quick way.
Oh, I got one wrong. Like it says nutritionists, rock, and relaxation, but one is wrong. Oh, maybe.
Oh,
I think it's rock. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I misread it. Yeah, I already saw this. Like I already did this like the other day. I don't know why it's making me do this again. Hmm.
Picture this. It's a bright and glorious day. Sun directly overhead. Majestic white peaks are all around you.
Picture this. You set out at dawn with the mist still hugging the mountain. Now at mid-morning, the sun has burned through. The lush meadow flowers sparkle in the light. Picture this. You're on a quiet, breathtakingly beautiful beach. The sky is a cloudless blue. The warm waves of the ocean peacefully wash over the shore. We talked about an idea for a commercial.
A teammate framed him, but I believe he's innocent. It's about an athlete, one of the national soccer players.
Took. A.
Fool.
B.
Cute.
C. Put. A.
2.
B.
Should.
C.
Few. Soon.
A.
2.
Use. A.
Book.
B.
Cute.
C.
2.
Use. B.
Cute.
A.
Book.
Use.
2.
Use.
Soon.
B.
Should.
C.
Few.
A.
2.
Use. B.
Cute.
C.
2.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, Nathaniel.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, yes.
And
That's
that
right.
long one, I did it Saturday. I remember doing it. I wonder why it didn't like.
Oh, yeah, it's strange,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, no problem. Now we can see this, Nathaniel. So please, we're gonna go down and we're gonna find the part that says grammar. Grammar, vocabulary, details. Show more.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, yes, in that part, we can see grammar, present perfect continuous.
Yep. This one, right? You want me to open it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time you can complete. If you have some problems, the next time I'm gonna tell you what are the problems, okay?
Okay. Do I pass to the next one?
Oh, yes, excellent. Very good. Next.
Mm. Should I go next?
Okay, that's great. Very good. Next, please. No problem with this?
Not really. Like
Uh,
sometimes I struggle a bit to identify if it's something that's already done in the past, but it's not too hard.
okay, that's great. Then continue, please.
Okay, next, right?
Exactly. Next, please.
Okay. like I wrote like where Valentino is, and that would be correct, or what am I missing? I can think of it. Like, where's Valentino? It would be.
Okay, about Valentino, yeah, you can say where, but oh yeah, the writing can be the problem, right? In that part you wrote where no,
Valentino
that's
is.
not correct. Where it's correct, yeah, where Valentinos is the correct. It's like the name,
Valentino.
right?
So, okay.
Valentino,
Yeah.
and next you follow with the verb to be. Valentinos is, right?
Okay. Okay.
You were
This.
getting that. Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
name,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
And we put Valentino. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, no, it's correct. Okay,
Wait.
in this
Yeah.
case, the problem is the capital letter about Valentino, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the capital letter, it's the only
It's
problem.
name.
Yes, name, principal name. Okay, in this part, we're gonna stop, Nathaniel, okay?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna follow with the next grammar that is about participles. Okay, so after practicing that grammar, we're gonna continue with the practice of that grammar, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so right now I'm gonna send you a document to your WhatsApp about this, but also we're gonna check it, okay?
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna share with you my screen. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Got it. Do you want me to keep presenting my screen? Sure.
Oh no, you can leave this. I'm gonna share now my screen, okay? Okay, Natalia, so you have this document, right?
Yep. I got it.
Okay, excellent. So in this part, we can see this grammar that are about participle phrases, okay? Also, you can set that is as reduced relative clauses. In this part, we're gonna see some examples, some comparisons, and some structures that you can find in this part, okay? So by speaking, maybe you recognize this very well, but grammatically, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're gonna check it, okay?
Okay.
In this part, you can see present participle phrases. Letter A, you can use. This is used in active sentences. That is, the action in the participle phrase is one which the subject actively performs. As the example says, realizing that there was no hope to save his business, he gave up. In the above sentence, the action realizing in the participle phrase underlined is the activity performed by the subject he, right? So as you notice, in this part, of course, you don't have a subject, but this other part, after the comma, you can notice that it's gonna be the same subject that is talking about this sentence. Okay, so in both sentences, in both parts, are the same person. But in this part, you are starting with this. This is the ing form from a verb, right? Okay, so in this other part, you can do like this. The action in the present participle phrase is immediately followed by another by the same subject, as I was telling you. The example says, seeing such a terrible scene, she fainted, right? So we're talking about the same person in both parts. You can notice this. So it's when we are, in fact, this is the participle phrase, right? It's like the participle we call to this, to ing form, okay? So we can start a sentence or speaking like this way, but referring to the same person.
Like
We're messy.
using the ing form is like these both sentences are like done at the same time, right? It's while she saw that terrible scene, she fainted. It's like at the same time, and with it
Yes,
then maybe.
exactly. It's in order to reduce all that
Yeah.
large sentence in order to not mention this WH, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we use this grammar in order to make that kind of reduction. Okay, yeah. In this other part, also you can see the past participle phrase. Okay, this is a past, right? So we have to notice in that. This is used in a passive sentence. The action is done to the subject described by the phrase. Example, exhausted by the morning's work, I got myself a cup of coffee and sat down.
Mhm.
Okay, so also you notice that in this part we are making that kind of reduction, but we're focusing about the past. So we're making like the past participle form of the verb, or maybe some adjectives that are finished with ed.
Okay.
Okay, so we can continue in this other part. Present participle phrases, in this case, use the active form of form with having plus a past participle verb. It shows that the action takes place before the action described in the main clause. Okay, you have the example. Having brushed my teeth, I went to bed. In the above sentence, the action brush takes place before the action went. So if you want to mention something about that, about sequence in that case, you can use this structure that also is common to when you're speaking or maybe writing, right? Having plus the verb with the in the past participle form. Okay, so this is the second. The last one was in present, so this one is talking about something in past, right? Okay, so we're gonna see more. Okay, in this part, use in the passive forms with have been plus a past participle form of verb. It shows that the action is done to the subject, not by the subject. Okay, in the example you can see, having been trained for trained for 2 years, he has become very skillful in the trade, right? Okay, so in this, also if you want to use this kind of a structure when you're speaking, you can use it, right? Having been plus a verb in past participle form. Okay, I don't know if you can give me one example with this structure, please,
Okay.
Nathaniel.
Um. Okay. Uh, having been told that for 4 months, he has become numb about that, or yeah, something like that. Like
Hey, yeah.
in other examples, it's correct to say having been. It sounds kind of off to me.
Oh, yes, right. So it's correct, but not so useful, right? So maybe in
Yeah.
some cases you can use this structure. So as also it says, it shows that the action is done to the subject. So we're focusing in the action that is done to this subject, right? The action of that this person have been trained. What is this action to the subject, right?
Okay.
It's like focusing in this part. But for example, the other ones, the other phrases, this is the most common, I think. Okay, when you are using having plus a past participle, it's not with ing, right? But
Yeah.
it shows like a sequence in the past. Can you give me one example, please, with this
Okay.
structure?
Having having told her having told her I went to bed, or I ate breakfast.
Okay, yes. So all these actions is happening in the past, right?
Yeah.
First happened this, and after this happened this other action. Okay, yes, and okay, we didn't practice with these other ones.
Okay.
For example, that was in past, but what about this other one with when you are starting with one verb with ing form, because this talk about in present actions, right?
Yeah.
So one more example, please, with this.
Okay. Okay. Watching that horror movie, he screamed.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking about the same person that
Yeah.
in both parts, right? Exactly. So also in this part, as I mentioned to you, you can use a past participle form of the verb or maybe some adjectives that finish with ed. Think about that, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we can continue. Yes, so in this part also we have this. Placing the subject at the beginning of the participle clause, we're gonna see this. It's possible to have different subjects from the subject of the main clause. In this case, place the subject at the beginning of the participle clause. Okay, we're gonna focus in this part. A different subject from the subject of the main clause. So we can have two subjects because in the last pages we saw that we're talking about the same person in both parts, right? But now we're gonna see the possible forms to make that can happen with different subjects in the both parts. Okay, so
Well, like this subject uh needs to be like the same as the other class, or it's different. It can be different, right? Like the first.
exactly. For example, in this part, we can have one subject, right? And in this other part, we can write other subjects. Like,
It's like giving context, maybe. Like
oh,
giving,
yes. So in these three structures, we're gonna see that structure A, B, and C. And we can mention different, different subjects in both parts, right? So these are the forms, subject plus the present participle. You know, present participle also is called the ing form of the verb, right? So in this case, you have the subject, the ing form of the verb, complement, and the second part, right? Like the example says, the chairman being upset, the secretary chaired the meeting, right? So you notice that in this part you notice those different subjects, and also it's talking about the present tense, right? What about the second? Read please, Nathaniel.
oh, sorry.
Oh yes, read please.
Okay. Um, her eyes glistening with tears. She stood up and turned away from the people. Do you want me to keep going?
Okay, continue, please.
Okay. Cats are long-lived creatures, some having a life expectancy of around 20 years.
Okay, so all of these are referred to present tense, as I was telling you, and you can change the subject, but the principle is writing like the structure says, right? So please give me one example similar to these ones.
Okay. Um, Okay. Crocodiles are a weird species. Uh, some, like, I don't want you to say, but some having more than two eyes. Instead of
Yeah,
saying some, I could say like they having, like, is it correct to say they
if
have?
you if you change, right? Some they yes, because yes, in this part, like in this part, right?
Yeah, instead of some using they. I was thinking about it, but I'm not sure if it's okay. Like, instead of saying cats are long-lived creatures, some having,
They, yeah, it's also
they.
correct.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes. So one other example similar to these other ones.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm, okay, let me think. Mm, okay. Uh, Michael being blind, uh, the dog named Leo, um, guided him to the meeting.
Exactly, very good. So you're talking from different
Yeah.
subjects. Excellent, that's impressive. Now we're gonna pass to this second structure that is about subject plus having plus the verb in past participle. Okay,
Mhm.
like the examples. Read please the two examples.
Okay. All the guests having arrived, the host started the party. The principal having finished his speech, all parents and students applauded.
Exactly, very good. So this talk about the past, right? Give me one more example about this structure, please.
Okay. Let me think. Okay. Okay. Uh, all the dogs uh, having left. It's okay having left? Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
the
okay.
dogs having left. Maria closed the gates.
Yes, it's okay. Very good. Yeah, that's happened when you want to refer to the past tense. Okay, so a structure letter C, we can see subject plus having been plus the verb with past participle.
With all these like examples, would it be correct to add like with at the start, like instead of saying the chairman being absent, uh, would it be correct to say with the chairman being absent, or it's another type of sentence?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It sounds correctly with the chairman being upset. Yeah, you can change if it sounds really good or it's logical. Of course, it's correct.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Now with this other one,
Okay. The subject having been raised, he had no choice but to discuss it. The deal having been closed, we threw a party to celebrate it.
Okay. So one more example, please.
Okay. Okay. With the book having been read, we went to return it.
Exactly, very good. Yes. So notice in this part with these three structures, we can see that we can change the subject in the two parts, right? But in the first part, you cannot change a subject, okay? In the first page.
Okay.
That's gonna be the little difference in order when we are talking about structures. Now, we're gonna see a little of this. Participle used as adjectives. In these cases, participles can be used like adjectives as in the following examples. Present participle and past participle. Read please the examples, Natalia.
Okay. Present participle. No one was aware of the crying baby. He had an increasing desire to get rich. Do you want me to read past participle too?
Yep.
Okay. She left the city with a broken heart. The place looked abandoned. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So in these cases, you're making some kind of reduction with adjectives, right? Participle
Yeah.
used as adjectives. So in this case, you're using this like adjectives. Okay,
Mhm.
crying baby, increasing desire, broken heart, looked abandoned about the place, right? So that is the structure.
Okay.
In this other part, we can see, oh, we're about to finish this. Adjective plus main clause. Sometimes a phrase containing one or more adjectives can function like a participle phrase. Examples. Read please examples, Nathaniel.
Okay. Aware of my inadequacy, how can I pronounce that? Inadequacy? Inadequacy.
Inadequacy, yes,
Yeah,
inadequacy.
inadequacy. Okay. Aware of my inadequacy, I tried to work very hard. Surprised at my reaction, she tried to console me. Scared and pale, he answered very slowly.
Okay, that's great. Read please the little concept below.
Okay. In a similar way, the phrase can also be written with a noun group, followed by an adjective and adjunct to describe something which is connected with the subject of a sentence. Examples. What do you mean by that? Mary said, her face pale. She stood very erect, her body absolute stiff.
Okay, yes. Did you understand with those examples?
Yeah, I kind of like these are the type of sentences that are written like in books, right? To describe things.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yes, Nathania. So with this, well, this is a note. Also, if you want to read maybe at home,
Okay.
you can take it. They are some kind of tips that which are correct forms or which are not. You can see a little about this, okay?
Okay.
And yes, Nathaniel. So as we didn't have time in order to complete the practice, tomorrow we're gonna complete that, okay? And also
Okay.
we're gonna see the little concepts that we can see in the grammar part. After we're gonna continue with the practice, but um, you can continue doing the other activities like listening, vocabulary, the other tasks, right?
Yeah.
Yes, from unit number 3, because we are about to finish, and yes, you can go with that.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
so please, that's gonna be all for today. Yeah, you
yeah.
don't have to complete.
I'll do this. Okay, it's done.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Nathaniel, so bye bye, take care.
See you, Lorena. Bye. Good night.
Bye.